So Coach Noel Quinn and Skylar Diggins are just getting destroyed for good reasons because in that game against the Fever in the Seattle Storm, there was about, I think, 2 minutes left in the game. And Quinn decided, you know what? I'm going to pull my starters because this game is over. So just saying I'm waving the white flag. Now, maybe Christy Size didn't see Quinn take out her starters at that point. But another incident happened when they called timeout. Caitlin Clark was just pumping up the crowd, getting them into the game, and Skylar Diggins took offense to it and bumped into her. And I'm just like, okay, what was the point of that? You've already beaten the Fever 3 times. I didn't see the Fever going crazy when you were beating them off the court, when you were just having your way, and they weren't acting salty. But because Caitlin Clark finally got a game off of y'all, you're upset about it. I think it's just terrible sportsmanship and unprofessional, in my opinion. Now, going to the incident that everybody's been talking about, it's so funny just watching this. Look at Caitlin. And then there's Skylar Diggins, just bumping into her for whatever reason. I just don't understand that. All she's doing is trying to get the crowd involved, and Skylar Diggins like, no, I'm going to give you a little bump. I just don't understand it. Just hold your losses. That's all you got to do. It's just another reason why I don't get the women's sports sometimes, because they act like, okay, we want more views, you want more attention. And then when you're in a crowd environment like this, because they've never probably been in the situation before where they have a sold out crowd in the WNBA in the regular season, you want to act salty because you lost. You want to act like, oh, they can't do that because they're at home. You would do the same thing. Let's be honest. If you were on your home court and you were blowing out the Fever, you're going to pump up your crowd. You're going to get them into the game. There's nothing wrong with that. And just looking at this incident between Sides and Quinn, it's just so childish to me. Quinn is upset with Chrissy Sides because she left her starters in too long. Maybe it was possible that Sides didn't see you make those substitutions. Maybe she's allowed to do whatever she wants because she's the coach of her team. If you don't like the fact she's making those decisions, well, don't be down 17 plus points. Don't keep getting cooked, because you probably brought your starters out because you want Caitlin Clark getting her double-digit assist. I'm just saying. And the whole thing is just childish here. You know, there's no point for this to happen. Like, why are you demanding Chrissy Sides to explain herself? She's the coach of her basketball team. If she wants her starters in a little bit longer, you just need to chill out. You lost, hold your L's, and walk away. Just the attitude there is like, what are we doing here? And it's funny because we never saw this from the Fever when they got blown out against the Storm, back-to-back games. They just said, you know what? They were the better team. And, of course, the press conference we talked about already, Jewel Lloyd not saying anything. And then her teammate praised Caitlin Clark right after that. And I'm just going, okay, can y'all be professional? Because Caitlin Clark praised Jewel Lloyd after that game and says she's a heck of a player. She's a baller. And, again, this whole thing is just pettiness to me. It just shows you can be a sore loser. You can't just take your losses. When it comes to the NBA, and they lose games, sure, things get tense and tight, but at the end of the day, they just walk it off most of the time. They're like, okay, we lost. We didn't play well. We don't like the way we showed up, but they beat us fair and square. Now, Shannon Sharpe had some really good points to make about what happened between the Fever and the Storm. We're going to play that clip, and I'll give you more of my thoughts.
Where all the people that Stephen A? Oh, she don't do this. She not going to do that. Let her cook. It got so bad yesterday, the Seattle Storm, they pulled their starters so she couldn't get that double-digit assist record 3 consecutive games with at least 20 points and 10 or more assists. They pulled their starters, and then Skylar Diggins, Faith Smith, her last name, she bumped into her, sped up. Let her cook. But if I'm Caitlin Clark, I'd have told Skylar Diggins, get your coat, your brim, and get on out of my gym. Let her cook. I want to know what y'all saying now, because she is legit. She's better, Stephen A. She's better than I thought she would soon. I thought she would be good. You and I both said she's going to be good because she got 2 skill sets. She can score the basketball and she can assist the basketball. So if one is not going, the other one will. But a lot of people say, oh, this and that. Let her cook. Y'all stop being petty. Stop being catty, because she like a double-edged sword. She cutting tail left and right, and it's bothering y'all, and I see it. Let's go, Caitlin. Hey, do me a favor, CC. Send your favorite uncle a jersey with your autograph on it, and I'll wear it.
Shannon Sharpe was right in the money. Caitlin Clark is going to be a superstar of the WNBA. She's drawing all this attention. She can ball. She can play with the best of them. As Shannon Sharpe said, let her cook. Just let her play basketball. Let her keep shining. And just hold your L. It's really that simple. If you don't like the fact you got beat, hey, guess what? You're getting an opportunity to show up against the Fever. You'll get another chance to play them again in the future. But to act so bitter and salty because you lost one game this year against the Fever, it's not like you haven't beat them all year long, is ridiculous to me. You just don't like the fact that Caitlin Clark is getting all this attention. It's that simple. And just because a coach decides not to bench their starters in the fourth quarter doesn't mean they're breaking some type of code, doesn't mean that they don't care what you're doing. They're just trying to coach the game. So yeah, when you're this good as a basketball player, you're going to get pushback. We saw this with Michael Jordan. We saw this with LeBron James. We saw this with other great players in the past who were generational talents, and people want to hate. And that's going to happen with Caitlin Clark. But it's only going to help her out in the future. Because as long as she's playing good basketball, as long as they're winning, as long as she's showing up and getting better day in and day out, then whatever the media's got to say, whatever players don't want to say, Caitlin Clark is going to make a statement and a name for herself and probably be one of the best players we'll ever see in the WNBA. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Just love to hear your thoughts about the exchange between the coach of the Storm and Chrissy Sides. What are your thoughts on how the Storm handled this loss? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.